Once upon a time, there were 3 small trees that lived on top of a hill in the middle of a vast forest. They often talked about their dreams and hopes for the future. Like most trees that are cut down and used to become something else, these trees had dreams for what they wanted to become once cut down by humans. They dreamed of being something valuable and impressive. Here's what each one wanted to be in the future. The first tree, full of enthusiasm, said, "One day I want to be a chest full of treasures, decorated with gold, silver, and precious stones. I will be so beautiful that everyone will admire me. In this way, I will always be seen as something important to human life." Next, the second tree shared its wish. "I would like to be a powerful ship, carrying the greatest kings and queens across the vast oceans. I want to explore the entire world and bring safety to all who travel with me. Thus, I will be something very useful to human life and will always be cared for by them." Finally, the third tree revealed its dream. "I want to grow and become the most majestic and imposing tree in the forest. On top of the hill, everyone will be able to see me and feel the grandeur of God through my powerful branches. I want to be remembered forever. In this way, I will always be alive, playing my part in nature's reproduction by giving fruits, and my seeds will sprout and grow into strong new trees just like me." If this story is inspiring you, subscribe to our channel. At the end, share your opinion or tell a personal experience related to this story. We want to hear your voice in our community and reflect together on each other's stories as inspiration for our lives. As the years passed, the trees began to see their dreams unfold in unexpected ways. One day, a group of woodcutters arrived at the hill where they stood. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said, "This looks like a strong tree. It will make good wood for a carpenter. I'll take it and make a great deal with it." So the first tree was cut down and turned into a simple feeding trough filled with straw, which ended up being used as a manger. The second tree was also cut down, but its fate was not as grand as it had hoped. Instead of becoming a mighty ship, it turned into a small fishing raft, unable to sail the vast seas as it had dreamed. The third tree, afraid of losing its dream, was surprised when the woodcutter decided not to cut it down. However, years later, it was cut into long, heavy pieces and left in the darkness of a cellar. This outcome left the trees sad because they realized their fates didn't match the dreams they once shared, and almost all would have less valuable destinies than they had hoped for. Years later, a man and a woman brought new light to the tree's story with their prayers. In a special moment, the first tree was used as an improvised cradle in a manger where a child was born. At that moment, the tree realized it held the greatest treasure of all, the beginning of a story that would last forever. Many years later, some people boarded the small raft made from the second tree. While they were at sea, a furious storm arose. The tired sailor, who was sleeping on the raft, woke up and with a calm voice commanded the storm to be still, and it immediately ceased. At that moment, the second tree understood that it was carrying the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Sometime later, the third tree was chosen and turned into planks. These planks were used in the streets as a man who carried them faced mockery, insults, and aggression. When they reached a small hill, the man was nailed to the tree and lifted up to die. The third tree then realized its true importance. On top of the hill, it stood firm, close to God. Jesus was crucified on it, and the trees finally understood that their destinies had been fulfilled, for God had never abandoned them. The lesson of this story is simple and powerful. When our plans don't unfold as we expect, we must remember that God always has a plan for us. Trusting Him will bring us wonderful gifts at the right moment. Each tree received what it had wished for, but in a different way than it had imagined. Often we don't understand God's plans, but we know that His ways are better than ours. We need to be patient, because even when things don't happen as we desire, it doesn't mean they won't happen. Remember that God's timing is perfect and only He knows the best moment for everything. There is a time for everything: to laugh, to cry, to work, to rest, to love, and to be loved. Above all, there is a time to thank God for another day of life. God is always present in our lives, working and caring for us, always choosing the best for each one according to His plan. So, whatever is happening to you right now, remember that God is at work, and everything will have a happy ending. If this message touched your heart, please share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Leave your experiences and stories that have marked your life so far in the comments. We want to hear about your experiences. May God bless you, and we hope to see you in the next video.